Bonjour tout le monde, welcome to Weekday Wanderings in Paris. My name's Jackie. In the 18th arrondissement, we were here last week, and we're not very far from where we were last week, just a little bit along to the west. And anyone know where we are? Okay, we're just waiting for some people to come. Okay, we've got a bit of a connection issue, but hopefully you see us here. So I'm at the Café des Deux Moulins, famous for the movie Amélie. My exit at this point here, okay? So let's have a look and see if anyone's coming on. Alright, I'm going to make my exit now. Put my mask back on. And on our way out, let's flip my camera around. Out we go. And now I take my mask off again. Now we're in the Rue Les Pics. Okay, I now see 4 people online, so bonjour tout le monde. Bonjour to everybody who has joined me. I don't know whether you saw the beginning of my video. Yes, Liz, bonjour. Yes, we're at the Deux Moulins, Café des Deux Moulins. Okay, connection issues, you are pixelated. Sorry about that. Okay, so I've just come out of here. I was at the Café des Deux Moulins. Bonjour Kim from Brisbane. Bonjour Margaret. Okay, so that was a bit of a boring start to my video, so I apologise. So let me do that again, shall we? Flip my camera around backwards. Bonjour tout le monde, welcome to Weekday Wanderings in Paris. I'm Jackie and I'm in the 18th arrondissement, and I've just been to the Café des Deux Moulins on Rue Les Pics, and of course that's very famous for the movie Amélie. Bonjour Emily from Las Vegas, fantastic. Okay, bonjour Judy as well, and bonjour Margaret of course. Okay, so I thought we'd start here. The part of the reason I came here is because it's a cool cafe. I love the movie Amélie, and it's also coming up to the 21st anniversary of when the movie came out 21 years ago in April coming is the anniversary. Hi Liz from Sydney, thank you for joining us. Okay, I'm hoping that Anne Popperwell joins us, because I know she has a very soft spot, a big soft spot for this area of town. So hopefully she can join us at some point. Okay, let me flip my camera around and we will head down the hill. So of course, if we were to head up, Rue Les Pics is a funny shape. It starts down the bottom here, we're nearly at the bottom, and it goes up to where you can see that white building, and then it does a big arc. It does a big arc to the left and goes around and then up. And at the very top of it is where the Moulin de la Galette is. Okay, and of course we're heading down towards the Moulin Rouge, and hence the name of this cafe being Café des Deux Moulins, because they're 2 famous moulins, and this cafe is sort of in the middle of them. Margaret says, why are all the signs backwards? When I am in selfie mode, it's basically a mirror image. You're looking at a mirror. So I'm not in selfie mode anymore, which is why it is no longer back to front. Okay, so anyway, let's head down the hill. Let's head down the hill. We are heading down. Okay, what do we see in this area? We have Nicolas, kind of like Starbucks but for alcohol. Okay, this is an interesting little shop. They sell menswear, hats and stuff, but they also sell novelty G-strings for men. Isn't that lovely? Okay, how are we going connection-wise? because I don't see anybody messaging at this point, so I'm assuming that we're having issues there. I will continue talking. Okay, what do we have here? We have, it says Moulin Rouge, doesn't look like the Moulin Rouge though. What in fact we have here is the boutique for the Moulin Rouge. And they have some pretty things to sale. Some pretty jewellery. You can't really see how pretty it is. It kind of looks a bit boring. Handbags, fans, some lovely earrings, a nice hat. Okay, it's a nice little boutique and they do have lots of awesome things there. So, Margaret says it's okay from here. Awesome. Okay, so the boutique is on its own a really cool place to go. Nail polish, little hand cloth, scarves, watches, bracelets, books, obviously, chocolates, t-shirts, teacups, shot glasses, some champagne and some beautiful champagne flutes. Liz says, connection's good, just enjoying watching. Oh, that's wonderful. I was worried for a moment. Very good. Okay, so this lovely little quartier here is obviously very famous. It's got a really nice history. It's got that very much small village feel to it still. Although we do have little bits and pieces of modernity sneaking in. Kim says, all good now, fantastic. Like, for example, we have, this is another one of these things that just keep appearing out of nowhere. Au Merveilleux de Fred, I've showed you them before. Let me cross over for you. They're all over Paris. There was like just maybe one or two shops to begin with, but now they are literally everywhere. And this is one of the newest shops which is open. There's a cafe upstairs. So what they do is they do these merveilles, which are meringues with cream and then rolled in some sort of topping depending on which flavour they are. So this one has looks like praline. So hazelnut, toasted hazelnuts, caramelized hazelnuts. Okay, so they come in the little varieties, and they come in the middle-sized varieties, and then they come in the big cake form, and then they come in the extra large cake form. And they do all sorts of other patisserie as well. And all the shops have these amazing chandeliers in them. My mother would love these, wouldn't she? Look at those. Isn't that fantastic? So it goes all the way up, and this is like 3 stories, I think. 2 stories, 3 stories, and 2 stories. And there's a cafe at the top, which I've never been to because it's brand new. Judy says, salut everyone, tell Jackie and I where you're viewing from. I'm in Melbourne. Well, I'm in Paris, as you know. Just stating the obvious there, of course. Right, let's wait. Which way should we go? I think we should go this way, just because we're going to get a better view of what we're wanting to look at. So this is the Boulevard de Clichy. Okay, and of course that direction over there is Clichy, so hence the name. So last week we were down that way, which is towards Pigalle. And then of course beyond Pigalle is Métro Anvers. So this is the Métro Blanche. So last week we were at Métro Anvers, we're going up to Sacré-Cœur, and this is Métro Blanche. So why is it called Métro Blanche? Okay, well, these boulevards that go around here, this was the northern boulevard, which was originally the Barrière des Fermiers Généraux, and it was a very important, it was the limit of Paris. So all of this to the left of us was the city of Paris, so in the 9th arrondissement, so the 9th is this way, and all of this in Montmartre was outside of Paris, so it was Montmartre, and so where we are now was a big city wall. And here, Place Blanche was called the Place Blanche because the Montmartre was an excellent source of not only what you have moulin everywhere for making flour, so the ground was constantly white with flour dust, but also gypsum. The hills were full of gypsum, so hence it was white around this area. But there was also several other reasons why it was called Blanche, white. I'll tell you those in a moment. So the street we just came out was Rue Le Pic, like I said. This was actually mandated, if you like, by Napoleon I. He wanted to take a route up the hill to go to the Church Saint-Pierre, which is next to where Sacré-Cœur is now. And there was only dirt tracks. So he said, this is not good enough, we need a proper road. So they built Rue Le Pic. Okay. So here we go. This is what you want to see here, right? The Moulin Rouge. It doesn't look as exciting during the day, but nevertheless, here it is. So yes, somebody asked me the other day, is it still open? Is it still working? Yes, it's very much still open and working. Of course, all the theatres were shut down during the lockdowns and everything, but it has reopened, so it's doing its business. It has a nightclub there as well as the restaurant theatre and of course the shops we walked past before. Okay, I'm losing my scarf. Hello Susan McGregor, thank you for joining us. Okay, so the other reason that this is called Place Blanche is because during the Paris Commune, which was in 1871, basically this being a city wall here, there were barricades here, and a lot of women, very militant women. We talked about Louise Michel last week from Montmartre, and a lot of other women were here with the barricades blocking out the guards, and then of course the guards came in through this gateway, and a lot of the women were executed on the spot. Some were taken away and executed, others were taken away and deported or whatever. But one of the women, her name was Blanche Lefebvre, she was executed right here. So that's yet another reason why they called this area the Place Blanche. Okay, right, it's busy at the moment. We have lots of traffic over here, and I wanted to show you, you can see a little cross there. It's difficult to see, but behind there is the Chapelle San Rita. And we have a chapel here. It's only new, it's only a little wee thing, but it's basically for a lot of the prostitutes of the area. They set it up to deal with, there we go, to service the prostitutes who frequent this area back in the 50s at least. Not so much now, but of course this is still part of the red light district of Paris. So you've got a lot of sex shops and things like that. Now, of course, if we head that way towards Pigalle, there's going to be even more shops and massage parlours and sex clubs and things like that. But we're not going that way, we're going this way. Okay. So let's talk about what it's like in Paris at the moment. We're coming out of a cold snap. The sun's out. It's very much a lovely early spring weather. But it's been bitingly cold for the last week, and it's slowly getting better. It's getting a little better. We can feel the seasons changing. There's a lot of blossoms around and spring flowers, so that's very nice. So along with Montmartre, of course, you've got a lot of pubs and bars. You've got a lot of Irish pubs here too. Plenty of those. Oh look, you've got the boutique rugby. So you can buy a lot of rugby stuff there. Look, I can see all black t-shirts and hats and stuff over there right through the window. And of course there'll be a lot of Australian, South African, all the other rugby nations, of course. Okay. There's a big giant apple here. It's a monument to New York. Wonder why they chose an apple. Of course I know why. Okay. So, I don't know how long my video has been so far. I feel like I've talked a lot already. We're already at 15 minutes. Okay. Okay, so it's going to feel like it's going to be rather short from here. We've kind of seen the coolest part that I wanted to show you, being the Moulin Rouge. Terry, hi from Paris. The weather today feels like spring. It does, doesn't it? It's a bit windy today, Terry. Don't go out. Stay nice and warm at home. Okay, I'm going to cross the road. Hope that I'm not going to get run over. Another Irish pub. Okay, of course, St. Pat's Day is coming up, so these places are going to be absolutely crazy. I can remember spending one St. Patrick's Day at this particular pub here. And it just so happened that the cast of Riverdance were there at the same time. They were given the night off, and this very drunk Irishman comes up to me and says to me, I'm a dancer, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. And he goes, yeah, I'm the principal dancer. And I'm like, okay, whatever, show me. And he did this amazing dance, and I mean, he couldn't even stand, and he did this amazing dance. I was absolutely floored. So that was quite funny. Okay, we're in this Rue Rachel. It's a little bit of an understated street here, but it is the singular access point of one of Paris's attractions. Now, I'm a little bit worried about coming in here because, as some of you may know, I did go into a similar location recently with my camera and I got told to leave. So, I don't know, I might just stand here and talk about it rather than going in myself. We are at the cemetery, the Montmartre Cemetery, and this is the third biggest cemetery in Paris. Let's just go. So this is the sole entrance point, unlike a lot of the other cemeteries, which are quite large. This was opened in 1825, and like some of those large cemeteries, it was opened because they did a mandate to close all of the smaller cemeteries down and put them all outside of the city limits from then on. And of course this was outside the city limits, so hence it was put here. Okay, with that nice street out there. Okay, so this is Rue Rachel, and this is the only entrance point. So this is 11 hectares, which is quite big. And if you compare the Père Lachaise Cemetery is how big? 44. Okay, I don't know if you see that cat that was there, but there is a community of cats who live here. And they're actually looked after very well. So Terry, you should go here and come visit the cats. Terry's a big fan of cats. So I will go in, I'll put my camera away and I'll take some sneaky shots later when I go in. But it's a really lovely cemetery. It's very tranquil, and it was underground. So as I was saying, this hill was full of gypsum, so there were huge quarries here. So the cemetery was originally called the Cimetière des Grands Carriers, which means the big quarry cemetery. And during the French Revolution, they had huge mass graves here. Okay. So just a small part of it is on this side of the bridge. Of course, the other side of the bridge you get to see a lot more, but not through this, unfortunately. Okay, but it's very much like Père Lachaise. It's a little more hilly than like Notre Montparnasse. And I was actually at Montparnasse yesterday. I got some great photos from there and found some new graves which I hadn't seen before, even though I've been down Montparnasse lots of times. So that was good. Anyway, so I will take some more video perhaps, but I'll take some more photos and I'll post that alongside this video today. So I think that's about it for today. I'm going to go for a wander around the cemetery and take in some tranquil times. So Judy says, well kept graves. Yes, they are. They put a love and attention into a lot of the graves. Of course, some of the older ones tend to look a bit dilapidated, but as Margaret knows, when I was going through Montparnasse yesterday, there's a few and you think, well, there's no one there to look after them. If someone's been gone for 200 years, then, you know, the chances of having somebody looking after their graves are a bit low, but anyway. Okay, so thank you for joining me for what seems like a really short walk, even though I think I've already come up to half an hour now. So thank you again. I hope everybody's doing well, and masks. Apart from public transport, they are finished as of Monday. So this is my last one wearing a mask. Last video, and also the pass sanitaire or the pass vaccinal is abolished as of Monday as well. So changes. Okay, thank you, Judy. Thank you, everybody else, for joining me. It's great to see you, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Thank you, Susan McGregor. Thank you all. Take care, and we'll see you next week.